What up, my dudes? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Scribbles, the artist and crocheter behind Eclectic Scribbles, and we are starting a brand new vlog, picking up right from where we left off with the convention prep. I am heading to convention tomorrow for load in, and I'll be at convention all weekend, so I'm very excited about that. I'm excited to see how this one turns out. It is a first year convention, so hopefully it does well. I have seen this particular convention out busting ass to promote this convention, so that's what gave me the confidence to go ahead and jump in on its first year. I have literally seen the people from the reps from this convention at every single convention that has been between Virginia and Georgia. They went to Dragon Con in Georgia, in Atlanta, to promote this, so I'm really excited. I think it's going to turn out great. It's really fairly close to home, about 3 hours of a drive, so it's not too bad. And yeah, I am getting everything ready for that. Well, actually, I've gotten everything ready for that. I just need to load a few more things into the trailer, and then I need to secure everything in the trailer, which I'm going to do this afternoon. But right now, I'm currently importing all of my Shopify products over into Fair. So if you don't know what Fair is a wholesale website. I have been approved to sell on Fair for over a year. I go back and forth as to whether or not I want to do it, but they just came out and I just switched over to Shopify. If you remember, this is our 4th month now on Shopify, because I've done 3 months. I did the three-month promotion where you get it for $1, and then the 4th month is when they start to charge you. I will link a Shopify link down below if you want to check them out. I will also link Fair down below if you're interested in doing wholesale. But they just came out with an app that connects Shopify and Fair. How beautiful is that? So instead of having to make the listings twice on 2 separate platforms, I just go in and I create it on Shopify and share it to Fair, which is amazing, because that was one of the reasons that I haven't done Fair as much, is because I didn't have the time to go in and make brand new listings. If you're listed on Etsy, listing on your own website, listing on Fair, listing everywhere else, trying to keep up with social media, trying to keep up with your business, trying to prep for convention, that's a whole lot of balls in the air, a whole lot of balls in the air. And sometimes shit gets dropped, and so Fair is usually the one that gets dropped. I'm not gonna lie, but I just imported my entire catalog over, so I'm gonna go and see how this works, and then I'll tell you what I think of it. Okay. All right, you guys, we are here at the convention. We are ready to load in. What time is it, babe? My phone is in your pocket. So this is everything we've unloaded from the trailer, and this is our spot. So here we are, ready to get set up. So here's your before shot. Alright, so it's about 2:30, 2:45. It got hotter today than we thought it was going to get. So we're going to go check into the hotel real quick and put Bubba up. And then we're going to come back and we're going to fish set up. Plus we got to get out of this freaking loading zone. So I'll check back with you when we're done. Okay, it is about 3:45. We have got Bubba dropped off at the motel. We've got all checked in over there. We dropped the trailer in there, and now we're gonna go and finish setting up all of the stuff. So, yay! like the idea of the shelves. I just think maybe we don't roll them in like that.
Well, it would
Maybe
have
we
been fine to roll
folded
them
up.
in. No, it'd have been fine to roll them in, but you can't roll them in with nothing on them.
We'll see, and that's my point. If we can't put anything on them to roll them in anyways, then we'll just collapse them and roll them in together. Because that's why we got them, is because they collapse onto each other if they need to.
Yeah, they just can't have no weight on them.
Like I said, I'm going to do the tumbler thing so that we eliminate the boxes for that. We can definitely fit the sweatshirts into a smaller bin.
Yeah. That was a big bin for that.
Yeah, well, it wasn't initially intended for that, but that's where I ended up putting them. Alright, you guys, so it is day 1. It is going on 10 o'clock, I believe, and I just finished putting the price tags on everything. I did realize that apparently my We Accept card, cash, Venmo, PayPal, and all that other stuff, signs are nowhere in my stuff, so that's fun. I'll just have to tell people. But yeah, I've got a Patreon link. I've got where you can buy the patterns. We put little puck lights on these just to give them a little bit of light and grab some attention. I've got storage down there on the bottom rows because who wants to bend over and grab anything off of those? I've got storage there. I've got all the crew necks over here, and I've got extra plushies to fill up the wall underneath the table, but otherwise this is all the stock. I think this setup came out cool. It's just I'm gonna have to work on how we connect the things in the middle here. So I think we're gonna just zip tie them like this in the middle instead of trying to connect the two sections with the actual connectors, because that was a bitch. But yep, here we are, day 1, about to start. So I'm gonna sit down. I have, in case you can hear it, I have a personal cooling device that I got off of Amazon. I'll link down in the description. Has been an absolute game changer today. I highly recommend getting one because this has kept me cool, and I'm in my Scribbles sweater. Check it out. Alright, so I will check back with y'all soon. Alright, what's up, you guys? So I didn't really do a what I crocheted for convention video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what I've got hanging up, and I will put the prices up on the screen. So here are leggy frogs. You can see there it's 20 bucks. Well, you can't see it because the camera was down and I'm crazy. So 20 bucks, but I'll put on the screen how much I brought, where our total is as far as how much I brought dollar-wise. Okay, we've got bees. We've got mushrooms. I've got 2 sizes of mushrooms here. So we got this mushroom, we got axolotls in the middle. This mushroom, you can pause to see more detail if I'm going too fast. Alright, we've got voodoo dolls in 2 different sizes. So this is the smaller size, this is the larger size. We've got some Sanrio characters, so we've got some cinnamon roll, Miffy, Hello Kitty. I gotta get my finger out of the way because it's gonna focus on my finger. Got my new little flower children right there. I've got My Melody over there, some Totoro. We've got cow, and I've got an octopus back there that you really can't see, so I'm probably gonna have to move. But I've got 2 more octos down here. I've got 2 squids. We've got aliens, calcifer. That's keychain. We've got hippo and some Sanrio keychains. So Hello Kitty. Pom-pom purin, cinnamon roll. We got cows, spiders. Here's our Halloween stuff. Next, spiders, candy corns, ghosts. Down here we've got some Kirby, wristlets, bee keychains, We've got shark keychains, possum, little Tessa tortoises, piggies, little mini squishy mushrooms on keychains. Got ice cream cones, teddy bears, more bears up here, turtles with the changing shells, octopus, stingray, chunky dinos, squids. I've got one triceratops. I think I have one more of these, but I didn't put it out yet. We've got the little kitty items. So we've got the mini jellies, the small bees, the chunky frogs, worry octos, which apparently I don't know where the rest of them are. So that's all we've got for little worry octos today, but oh well. And then we've got little whales. So that is the stuff that I brought. If I put out stuff that is new to the wall later, I'll add that in, but for right now this is what the wall is looking like. So this is what I crocheted for convention. So there's the entire wall. That was a bold-faced lie. Just a whole big old lie. Alright, so we've got pumpkins here. Pumpkins are 8. We have got the giant Tessa here. We have got, no, that's not Tessa, that's somebody else. These are Tessa, and the other ones were tofu. I'll put the patterns down below. And in the Google document, like I always do, we've got a smaller one and then a tiny one. These are Tessas. This is a Tessa the turtle. This is a no-sew pattern I will share with you. We've got our last jumbo voodoo doll over here, our solo little butterfly, and we've got a dinosaur right here. I also have my loveys hanging. There's one, my monster lovey is hanging there. We've got a monster lovey hanging here and a jumbo leggy frog hanging out over here. So now that's all of them. Alright, you guys, check out one of my booth neighbors. So they were diagonally across from me. She does all kinds of super detailed crochet with acrylic yarns and some other yarns. She's got a bunch of little octos down here. And yeah, the little monster is super cute. I wish I would have gotten it, but I didn't. Okay, so this is a good indication as to what the convention looked like the entire day. So this was one of the busier times of the day, if you can believe it. Yeah, there's not a whole lot that I could say about the crowds in this, but I figured I'd give you a couple of shots of what the crowd looks like throughout this video. Alright, so we're about 2 hours into the con, and it is really slow. Really slow. So we haven't done much of anything. I'm just standing around basically saying hi to people at this point. So we'll see how the rest of the afternoon goes. But yeah, we're like 2 hours in. It's 1:15 and they open the doors at 11. So yeah, it's kind of really slow. Check these out. These are the best cosplay I've seen so far. They just look great. She's like, Yeah. Okay, so we've got about 2 more hours left in the convention. It's picked up a little bit. We're definitely making sales, so that's great. I am thinking about redoing some of my booth setup because I feel like there's not a whole lot of walking room in here. So this table sort of gets in the way. It takes up 2 foot of the 10 feet space, you know what I'm saying? So I think what I might do is invest in a couple more of these shelves, and then I can make more of the items self-service again, but I will have to change my backdrop for that because it does come down pretty low. But if I choose to do this specific convention again, which we'll see how the sales go for both days, but if I choose to do it again, I will probably go in for 2 booths because they weren't very expensive instead of 1, and get a lot more walking room. So we'll see how that works out, and we'll see how the weekend goes to see if I, opt in to do this again. I mean, it is a first-year con, so I can't expect a whole lot. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how the sales are for that. Alright guys, so it is about 10 minutes till 6, so they're about to close. This is what the convention is looking like right now. So there's really nobody here at all. But anyways, this is how the table is looking. I did sell a washi tape. The mystery bags are going pretty good today. The tote bag giveaway for anybody who spends over 50 is doing good. So we've given away several of those in mouse mats today. This is what the plushie wall is looking like. We're almost out of little worry octos. I'm gonna have to go in and make some more. I really didn't realize how low I was on that stock. So this has been the little bestseller today, but the chunky frogs are doing all right as well. We've got one stingray. The stingray was a surprise. So we've sold a couple of these today and we only have this one left. Got one little axolotl left. My Melody is gone. So that's what the plushie wall is looking like. We sold out of a few tumblers. We've got the bottom is looking pretty empty over here. We've got a lot of last one stickers up. So I'll be restocking this in the morning. I'm not gonna hang around tonight and do it. But so yeah, the con is 12 to 5 tomorrow. They said that there was a Pride event in town today and they're hoping that it picks up tomorrow where people aren't split. But I did see a lot of people with Pride, you know, like attire on, so I'm not 100% sure if it'll pick up or not. Definitely hoping that it is, because this is definitely by far the slowest convention that I have been to so far. So I will talk about all of that in the end, but I figured I would give you a good look at what we're looking like at the end of day 1. I'll see you for day 2. Alright you guys, so we are getting ready to start day 2. It is about 10 o'clock. We just got in. This is when they open the doors for the day. They don't open until 12, but checkout at the hotel was at 11 anyways. I've decided that what I want to do here with these cups is have this one, like the front one, unboxed, and then the ones behind them boxed, so people can just grab the boxed ones. But there will be one on display, so I think that's what I want to do for that. And that'll make it a little bit easier when we're loading and unloading from the boxes on the trailer. So I'm going to try to do that. And I've got a little restocking that I need to do this morning. Alright, they just made an announcement. So I'm going to do a little bit of restocking, and apparently we had a catastrophe overnight. And the white unicorn, I swear I put that thing back 20 times yesterday and it jumped out every time. Well, it finally committed to the act of jumping in the floor. I'm going to have to go find it. So I will check back in with y'all in just a bit. Alright, and here we have my booth neighbor to the left. She was super sweet and helpful. She's kind of making me want to do the crystals on some cups, but she was super nice. We had good conversations. And check out all these cups, man. Check them out. I loved them. She's also got pins and other things, so I will leave her information in the little doobly-doo below. But yeah, check them out. All these little soft enamel pins, I believe, for like $5. Really good deal. So yeah, go check them out online. Got our little worry octos all sold out. So I get to put my little sold out sign up here. Alright, so we're about an hour and 45 minutes into the convention today, and I have one more Totoro and one more of our new cat design left, and that's all. So I just put up those last one stickers. Cups are going pretty good today, so I've really enjoyed that, and we're giving away some totes and some mouse mats today, which is fantastic. So the crowd is still pretty small today, comparatively speaking to other conventions that I have been to. It's not real busy, but we do have a lot of actual buyers in the crowd, which is good, especially if you know your crowd is small. So here's a look at what we're doing so far today. No more Totoro. That's all done. We've only got one Kirby left. No more My Melody in the cups. So the cups are going pretty well. We've got a lot more buyers today, so again, I'm really happy that the people who are coming in today are actually buying. And look, I got a little tip in my tip jar. Alright, we are working on the last hour of the convention in total. It is exactly 4 o'clock right now. I've had a couple of sweatshirts go, so the crew necks are going good. That's nice. I've just sold another few items, some stickers, some plushes, so it's been going pretty good. And yeah, we'll be wrapping it up here soon. We've got one more hour to go. Alright, you guys, so I am coming to you looking like an absolute crazy person because I just threw my hair back with my fingers, but I don't even care. Anyways, it is time to talk about how Beer City Comic Con went, what my thoughts are, and all the takeaways from it. So, let's go with some positives first. I pretty much love the way that my booth was set up this time. I am really finding different ways to do certain things, and I kind of like it. I do want to eliminate the table completely. I have purchased 2 more of the collapsible shelves, and I'm going to use those along with a little 2-foot table that I got in my next setup. My next setup is going to be Fayetteville Comic Con, the autumn one for this year. So they have one in the spring and one in the autumn. We're going to do an autumn. I'm going to be in another 10x10 booth, and I am going to try that 2 additional shelf display this time and remove the table entirely. I do want to keep the plushie wall up the back. I want to do a little something different to see if they might get noticed more with my pins. I want to try and get my pins noticed a little bit more. I'm going to put them in a different place, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to do more tumblers that I have on the way. I did use the manufacturer that I told you about on Amazon for my purchase this time, because I do like all the little extras that they were able to give me in with my cups. So if you want to purchase some 20-ounce tumblers like the ones that I have, the link is down in the doobly-doo below. Bubba had a great time. He was so happy that he got to spend those days with his mama. He really was. I'm trying to fix the camera here so you can see him without it falling over. There he is. He had such the great time. He did. He did not. He's so crazy on the car rides, but the car ride back was a little bit easier for him than the car ride there. He just kind of pants and shivers the entire time, but he wants to go, so it's a weird combination of things. It's just his excitement bubbling over is what I think. Now I'm going to be disgusting and I'm going to have spit all over my hands, but that's great. It's totally fine. Oh, both of them. Yay. Anyways, thank you so much for that, Bubba. So anyways, I am working on some new designs for my cups as well, so look forward to that coming up. The apparel I think would have done a little bit better had I had any crowd. We did sell some shirts, or some sweatshirts, some of the crew necks, so I'm really happy about that. I've got some new things coming, so check out the studio vlog with updates about apparel and all other things. Let's see, what else? Positive. My booth neighbors were fantastic. I absolutely loved them. I've shown off a couple in this clip. They were super sweet. Everybody was super helpful. We were just open and non-competing, you know, kind of things. We were talking about different conventions and the convention circuit in general and what shows we found that we do like, what we don't like, you know. So absolutely, my booth neighbors were fantastic. So one of them that I showed you was an author, and his wife was a crocheter like me, but she uses acrylic yarn more often than not. And then the other one was the one directly beside me to my left, and she does tumblers, and I will link all of their information down in the little thing below as well. So I had such a great time. Now the downsides. So here come the negatives. There was literally nobody there. I don't know how many tickets they actually sold over the course of the 2 days, but there was zero crowd. This is absolutely the worst convention as far as crowd and sales is concerned that I've done, period. And that is including the very first convention in Richmond this year, GalaxyCon, where we had no idea what we were doing. Our 6-foot table was dark and dank and everything was just ugh. But you know, we made sales. So yeah, this was bad. I covered my costs. I covered table on day 1. I covered table. If you want all of the breakdown and the details, jump over onto my Patreon for $5 a month, and you will get the breakdowns for that. You can also join on the $7 tier and get more small business stuff as well. But anyways, so we made back table on day 1, and that was a stretch. Not a lot of people made back table on day 1, especially people who went for booths instead of tables. It was a little rough. And day 2, we made back the expenses, like gas, hotel, and all of that stuff. So we did end up making profit. We made the tiniest margin of profit, and that is only because Andy was with me and he likes to eat out, but he covered both nights of us going out to nice restaurants to eat. We ate the first night at Outback, and then we ate the second night at Longhorn. So we were talking steak and seafood dinners and stuff like that. So that's not something that I would normally want to do and include in my costs if it's just me. So yeah, definitely wouldn't. I think we would have come out like $100 to the negative if I would have covered the couple $100 worth of food. So they were big food bills that I wouldn't have normally. Anyways, I don't think that I'm going to be booking this show again, just because Asheville is an expensive place to stay. We were in your basic Quality Inn motel, and the cost for the room for 2 nights was over $300. So that is quite the expense. It's an expensive area. I'm not sure what happened as far as the crowd. It could be because it's just first year, and I haven't been to a first year show before, but I still expected more. The organizers for this event, they really did go from Virginia to Georgia. At every con I was at, they were there too, promoting this convention, and it just didn't translate into actual people showing up. There was also a big pride rally in downtown Asheville on Saturday, which I'm sure took focus, but I did see people in pride outfits or a pride related attire come into the actual convention. So I'm not sure if it would have made a difference if they hadn't been there. I'm not sure it would have. So actually sales might have been a little bit worse if they hadn't trickled into ours again as well. But I think someone said that there may have also been a half marathon that day. Yeah, the crowd just wasn't there, unfortunately. And like I said, it's not really the fault of the organizers that the crowd didn't show, because they were everywhere and putting the word out as much as humanly possible. So I don't really blame them for that. It wasn't a show that I would return to at this point. Maybe if it builds itself up a couple of years, I might try again, but unless it's an established event, I just don't see me doing it. Yeah, so I mean, those are my basic thoughts on the subject. I mean, I had a good time. I got a weekend away with my husband. For the most part, we had a couple of hiccups because I'm stupid and don't realize things, but that has nothing to do with the convention itself, so that's just poor planning on my part. But I won't go into the detail and bore you guys on that. Anyways, so would I do it again? No. Did we make back expenses? Yes. Would I recommend this for someone else? If you're local. If you can stay for free, if you are local to the area, give it a shot. Give it a shot if you don't have to pay for hotel, gas, and those large expenditures, and the only thing that you're really coming into and paying for is your actual booth fee. The booth fees are not bad at all. So if you are local to Asheville, I would say give it another shot. Go ahead. But if you're flying in or you're not local to Asheville, I can't say that I would recommend it at this point until it gets more established and more people start to show up. So maybe if they have it again next year, which they didn't say they were exactly, so I'm not sure if they are or not. I don't know. We'll see if they do better. We'll see if they do better next year and a larger crowd shows up for that. But who knows? Who knows? Like I said, my next convention is the 14th and the 15th of October. It is Fayetteville Comic Con, the autumn show, and then we are in Durham for Bull City Comic Con, which I'm also nervous about, and I will let you know about on November 4th and 5th. I have an actual little market on October the 28th, which is a Saturday, and it is a little local market near me. It's like a Halloween themed market, so we'll see how that turns out. I've never done like a little local market before, so that should be interesting to see what happens there. I'm going to be crocheting some new kinds of things hopefully in this next couple of weeks. I don't have a lot of stock to replace because there weren't a whole lot of sales, but I do want to stay on top of it because I do have so many events back to back. So we'll see how that works out. I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. Do check the little doobly-doo below because there's a lot of information in there for you. I've got the Google Doc as far as what I crocheted and where you can find those patterns for this event. I have the information on my booth neighbors down there. I will put the link for the place that I'm getting my tumblers currently in the description box below if you would like to purchase from there too. Yeah, there is a ton of information that I'm gonna have to pack in the description box, so do check that out. If you made it to the end, let's leave a star in the comments today, so throw a star in there for me. I love your faces so much. I will see you in the next video. Look for the new changes coming up to the setup in the next couple of con prep vlogs as we lead up into the next convention. I love your faces again so much. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I love you. I love you. Goodbye.